Hi, Clio team. In our last video, we showed you how to set up a spreadsheet. So hopefully you have walked through that spreadsheet, set up your practice areas, set up your matter stages, and began penciling in your task list. It's really important that you get everything on paper before you start building in Clio. So today I want to show you what matter stages look like in Clio. And as you can see, we have our personal injury matter stage number 1, and then we have 3 matter stages created on the page here. So on our spreadsheet, this would be practice area 1 and then matter stage 1. Everything in matter stage 1 would have a task list associated with it. Everything in matter stage 2 would have a task list associated with it. And everything in matter stage 3 would have a task list associated with it. And you can continue adding matter stages and task lists up to 15 matter stages. So you can see we have these 3 set up on the screen. Now we're going to go into our tasks, and we'll just go into our task lists. And you can see 1.1, which is practice area 1, matter stage 1, is our file setup task list. And if you just look at the list here, what we've done is we've set a trigger date to confirm the conflict check and check that box on the matter custom field immediately upon assignment. But then what we want to do is we want to cascade our tasks. We don't want everything in a task list to be due the day that it is assigned. We want to be able to spread out our tasks so we're effectively managing all of our cases, not just this one in one day. And so what we've done is when we set up the second task, enter the statute of limitations, that's probably, it's important, but it doesn't necessarily have to be done the same day. And of course, those decisions are up to you, the person who's designing the system. But when we edit this task, you can see we have chosen this task to be due 1 business day after the trigger date. What that means is when this task list is assigned, this task will be due tomorrow. The confirm client and contact details are complete task number 3, is going to be due 2 business days after the trigger date. Now, I usually choose business days because I like those tasks to fall on business days, but you can use regular days if you want, as long as your staff is effectively managing their tasks, reviewing their dashboard, and reviewing their task list on a daily basis. You're fine, because all tasks are going to show there. Just because it showed up on the weekend doesn't mean it's not going to be overdue on Monday. So you see we have those task lists set up, and we've set up 3 task lists, 1, 2, and 3, to go with our matter stages. So here's gathered case details. And you can see this one is a little different, because what we're doing here is we're saying we're going to set up the client interview, and then we're going to enter the client interview meeting date. So this is a trigger date. So once you set up the client interview, then you're going to enter the client meeting date, and that is going to trigger these additional tasks based on that meeting date. Now, this has nothing to do with the calendar. It's strictly a task calendaring method. It's a way of cascading dates. So as you can see, we have set up the client interview. Once this is done, we're going to enter that client interview meeting date. And then we're going to automatically see that 3 business days before the client interview date, you're going to prepare the HIPAA authorization for signature. Now, using workflow automations, we're going to automate that step, but we want that to just be done, sitting ready for client signature at the meeting, or maybe you're going to send it for e-signature. But then you see 5 business days after the client interview meeting date, we're going to confirm all medical providers are in Clio. And then 4 business days after the client interview meeting date, we're going to add parties to custom field set. And we're talking about OPC, opposing counsel, any insurance carriers, any of those granular pieces of information or contacts that we're collecting that are important to our case. And so these are just sample tasks. You can build out whatever you want. And then, of course, step 3 is request records. And you can just keep adding to these as you see fit. So that is a walkthrough of the task list that we've built to match our matter stages. These will automatically be assigned, and documents will automatically be generated when we set up the workflow automations. So stay tuned for our next video. We're going to walk you through that.